tell us a little bit more about your characters, if you can.
Get after it, kid.
Tell us more about the characters.
Yes.
More than you saw in the pilot.
I didn't see the pilot yet.
We're introducing our readers
readers.
and our fans to the characters. So introduce us.
So do you know the books?
A little bit.
Yeah.
No?
So
As if they didn't know.
I
The layperson.
I play a character called the Rev, or as they've been calling him lately, just Rev.
Yep, Rev.
Rev, and he is obviously a reverend, and he has a church, and he has a dual nature, which is that he becomes a were-tiger when the moon is full. So, and he is born. He's born a were-tiger. You can't be made a were-tiger like you can a werewolf if you get bitten. You have to be born a were-tiger. So you actually have to earn that, which is interesting. It's a birthright. You cannot acquire that, which I think is an interesting sort of touch.
I do too. I really like the whole going back the theology of it too. That these are sort of Garden of Eden children.
Yeah, right. So the Rev has a struggle between that dark nature and being a man of God, which is why he becomes a man of God, so that he can deal with, because he's a were-tiger before he's a man of God, but he's unhappy with that. There's a level of guilt that he has about what that does when the full moon comes. So he retreats to Midnight Texas, and he becomes a reverend, and that's how he copes.
So it's a lot of conflict you'll be struggling
It's a
through.
conflicted. That's exactly right. Not like anybody sitting at this table. Everybody in this room for that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that makes the writing so relatable too, because all the characters have some conflict that they're dealing with, and I think that, like you said, who doesn't? And to know you're not alone and struggling to find your space, I think that's a great thing.
To know you're not alone is a great thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that person feels that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want a little 411 on mine?
Yeah, go right ahead. Fire away.
I play Joe Strong, who's Angel. He's been around for millennia. There's a secret that he holds that I can't share with you, and you'll discover through the course of the series. But he is both taking refuge from the world, and he's there fostering this incredibly heavy burden that he carries with him about, well, I can't tell you. But one of the things I really like about Joe, and towards letting people know that they aren't alone, is that I think it's a real struggle in life to take the hits that we all end up taking and still maintain our sense of hope and decency. And here's a creature who's been around for millennia taking those hits, and still finds a way to see the best in people, to rise above.
So you have to do a little bit of wire work then also.
A little bit of wire work, a little computer magic, and
Keeping the hair short.
oh yeah.
See, I'm a little jealous. I keep it a little short.
Yeah. I hear you want one.
How do you feel about the reveal of Joe Strong being an angel in the pilot versus the books, where we kind of don't know everything about his character?
That's a question I think a lot of fans are going to ask, and that's how does this compare to the books? And the reality is, it's not the books. TV is a different medium; it requires a different pace. That said, Monica, who created this from the novels, and Charlene have such a great relationship, and I think they did a hell of a job of honoring the world that Charlene created and honoring the characters. If anything, I think it just added more flesh to the bone.
I thought it did. I loved that reveal at the end. I was like, that's so powerful. It's sold. Cool.
So aside from the supernatural aspects, how do you, and you talked about this a little bit, about the kind of like the dichotomy of like having this secret, or trying to teeter the line between these both worlds. How did you find yourself relating to the characters that you play on a more character level, emotional level? How do you do that?
Well, for me, listen, I grew up around hiding in libraries and movie theaters because I took great sustenance from conversations that weren't immediately available to me. And, you know, the character of Joe, he's a shepherd of people. He, you know, the idea of sitting there and having to face such hardship in life and yet finding a way to walk a bright and decent path is something I think that I've certainly struggled with. And again, I think that people face that struggle every day. Who am I and where is my place in the world? So I use that a lot.
So what do you all think? Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So what do you all want the audience to get from the show after watching the first season? I mean, do you think there's anything that we should like walk away thinking about the show?
We are promoting this outright in the sense that it's where others fit in. I want people to be viscerally entertained, but I think it's great if people walk away from this saying, you know what, I may not have found my tribe yet, but they're out there.
Do you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you?
You being you, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm on TV
exactly.
all day.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
But you have to own it.
Yeah. Oh, always.
Yeah. Don't apologize for who you are.